Alright, we're about to kick off game 1. We're playing first to 4, so it's going to be quite quick, quite volatile. We're just going to play loose, have fun, and get our serves in. So, let's go. Alright, go. Let's go.
So, Joe and Tony are both very consistent and pretty decent players, but the majority of their strength is in their ground strokes and their rallying. So we wanted to put pressure on them by having me up at the net and Sherman defensively playing at the back and returning their shots and giving me an opportunity to try poach the ball as much as we could. Basically, at any opportunity where I felt like they were under pressure, I would push up to the net and make sure that I had the opportunity to try poach the ball and put the game away. In this clip, it really shows how good Jo is at her ground strokes, and she hits a passing shot straight past me. One thing about Tony though is that he actually has a very nice touch on the ball, and here's a really nice drop shot that Sherman couldn't get. This was a really good rally, and they managed to adjust to my pressure up at the net, and we couldn't quite deliver the killing blow. It was a really close match. We even went to tiebreaker, but we managed to eke out the win, and we took the first match 4-3. In our next match, we were facing Elaine and Victor. Elaine is a very good baseliner, and Victor is very good at placement. So by keeping up at the net, we can make sure that they're still under pressure, and Victor couldn't hit his nice shots, and Elaine would have to pick tougher shots to rally with. But after our first win, we were feeling pretty comfortable, pretty relaxed, and we were just in the zone. This was a really good rally. As you can see, Victor does pretty well under pressure, chasing the balls down with his forehand, but as long as we kept hitting it deep, we could make sure that he would still feel pressure to make a good shot. Although Elaine is better as a baseliner, she still has quite a bit of net pressure, and you can see in these two clips, she basically beat me one-on-one. Victor almost hits better when he's under pressure, as we saw there, with his reflexes, and they managed to get that rally. However, we kept up with our relentless pressure, and we finished the set 4-0. Our next matchup is against Wes and Shirley, who are both really good at placement and really good at putting pressure by hitting the right angles. This duo was going to give us quite a bit of trouble, but if we overcome them, we will most likely take the top seed of the playoffs and be able to compete in the final. Sherman really upped his defense game this set, and he was able to withstand their pressure and hold out long enough for them to make an unforced error. straight away, Wiz just hits me with a passing shot and I can't even get it. And in this next clip, Shirley hits me with another passing shot. Well played. But I also have my own tricks up my sleeve, and I managed to hit some nice passing shots against Shirley as well. Unfortunately, I couldn't record more of this game, but we managed to keep up the pressure, make sure that they couldn't hit their nice shots, and we managed to take home the victory. In our final match, we face Janice and Elim. Janice has a really good backhand, and Elim is a very good all-round player. Our game plan was to constantly pressure Janice and to make sure that Elim couldn't get into his spot so that he can hit his winners as well. However, Janice got the better of us in this point. Both Sherman and I have pretty good court coverage, and we weren't too fazed by Janice's volleying, and we managed to pressure her enough that she managed to hit a couple out. You can see there, Janice hits a really good backhand, puts Sherman under pressure, and Elim's trying to finish it off, but Sherman's holding on and manages to clutch it out with the winner.
Alright, Sherman and I are in the finals. Pretty excited. We're playing against Wes and Shirley. We're in a really close match against Elim and Janice. So yeah, pretty chuffed making it into finals. So yeah, hopefully it'll be a good match.
Having not lost the match the whole day, I was pretty confident going into the finals, and I was feeling pretty confident. As with our previous games, Sherman was going to be constantly defending and was doing super well against Shirley's volley, but of course, Wes is super good at placement and places the actions lead when he gets the point. Of course, I've also got tricks of my own. This is probably our best doubles rally of the whole day. It was just a constant to and fro that ended with a resounding finish. In hindsight, I probably could have hit it left and right, but during the moment, it was a bit too hard, so I just went for it. I could also tell Sherman was getting really comfortable as well. He was placing the ball super well and making Wes run a lot. But of course, Wes had other plans and he places a passing shot just above me and just short of Sherman. The rallies were super close, but we managed to keep up the pressure at the net, and we won the first set 4-2. However, set 2 begins, and Shirley gives me a bit of my own medicine.
Oh, you hit that!
We had some good wins, but they weren't going to give up without a fight. He also started to mix it up a little bit and having Shirley up at the net, and she withstood my volley pressure really well. But Sherman was also playing around my position really well, and he set me up so that I could hit into the open court. In the match point, I decided to not cover line at all, and Wiz hits it out, and we managed to take the second set and win our first ever doubles finals.
Oh, please no, please no. Since I did win. Which one of you put me in C chair? Not me!
Okay, so
my last tournament.
to tell you the truth, I was the one that put you in C tier.
Oh.
Okay, and this is the
You
reason.
game the system.
No, because the couple of times we played together, we like didn't really have much synergy, and then
well.
also your serving wasn't that good.
Yeah.
So then I was like at the net, I'm like, oh no, that's not
Easy.
fault. Okay, I'll just walk on to the other side.
Oh.
Okay.
But now.
Bro, you serve really well.
Oh.
Wait, which one of us double bottom off today?
Oh. Yeah.
I'll take the L.
Sherman wants all the smoke, man. Let's go.
Sydney got like 90% of the winners.
And what I want to say is that was excellent. But this man that wants to smoke, he's got a big first round matchup against this man, bro.
He's going down!
Preview. There's been big drama, a lot of talk between these guys leading up.
Higher, 6-0 me again.
Wait, Victor, why are you trying to talk about things like Why is it not 6-3? What the heck?
He's on fire today! I got
He's realistic.
I don't know what you are.
Still feeling pretty tired from doubles, but I've got singles now. I've got a pretty tough first round. I'm versing Jo, who's going to be baselining quite a bit, so let's see if I can put some pressure on her, get her to force some errors out there and hit some good shots. Let's go.
Now, earlier in the week, Jo and I actually had a match, and I won pretty handedly, but I was feeling it super well that night, and today I wasn't hitting my shots as well, so I was playing a bit more passively today and just got into a bit of a rallying rhythm with Jo, which I probably should have avoided, but luckily she missed the first shot. One of my weapons against her second serve was to hit it as wide as possible to her forehand to try force some errors out of her. Another way I wanted to make her uncomfortable was to approach the net or hit the ball short, so basically it would be a battle of who had the best winning shot. The afternoon was getting hotter and hotter, and you can tell in this rally we were both getting a little bit drained, couldn't move as fast as we normally did, and we were hitting shots which were easier to return. I managed to luck out again. Jo put me in a really tough spot, but she just managed to hit it out ever so slightly.
Whew. Just finished playing Jo. It's really tough. Around it was 5-2 and I just like mentally sort of shut off. It's so hot at the moment, but managed to pull through 6-3. So now I'm playing Tony. It's going to be another rallier, so yeah, it's going to be try to hit some good shots.
Tony, I would say, is a much better singles player than a doubles player, and he's got a lot of finesse and a lot of rallying capability, and yeah, just in this first rally you could see that it's going to be a tiring one as we're going to try outplay each other with some good placement.
Wow!
In this point, Tony really took advantage of my weak backhand return, approached the net and finished it off really cleanly. The heat was giving us both opportunities to score on each other, and Tony was on fire, just getting a couple of those key placements. This match was really even. We were basically holding our own serves and didn't have a break point until 4 raw, and that was when I managed to pull through, get the break point, and then won it on my own serve and take it out 6-4. I made it to the semi-finals and I was going to be playing Wes. He's got really good placement and a really fast serve, but unfortunately he was playing on a bit of an injured ankle. I was already feeling gassed at this point, but the heat was dying down a little bit. I knew I had enough energy to push through and try and make a run for the finals. Straight away, you can see that Wes is really good on his forehand and is really good at pushing it deep. So if I was to win the match, I would need to keep up with my defense, make sure I get to the right spots where he's hitting it to, and make sure I don't succumb to the pressure. With the heat dying down a little bit, I started to feel my serve a little bit more, and that helped with adding a bit more pressure on Wes, but he still manages to hit this really nice winner. During this match, I felt pretty comfortable actually. My head was clearing up a little bit and I was just a lot more confident in my strokes. I feel like the momentum was in my favour a lot of the times, and that resulted in quite a few easy points. Wes also served fairly well this match, and a lot of the hits I would return were a little bit too shallow. And even though I won that point, in these next 2 clips you can see him punishing it and I couldn't quite get it back. Had some really good rallies and some 50-50s went in my favour, and the final score ended at 6-1.
Oh man, that was tiring. Just finished my game against Wes. Managed to get into rhythm. He put a lot of pressure. He hit a lot of really good shots, really deep shots, but managed to pull through. So my calves and my quads were like cramping a little bit, but just gotta keep up the electrolytes, and facing Elim in the finals. Let's go.
Now, Elim was the organizer of this tournament and he's also the #1 seed, so I definitely had a tough match in front of me. In comparison to the entire group, we were probably the most similar. We played other sports before playing tennis, and because we could cover the court pretty well, our weaknesses were minimized compared to the others. A big decider of this match was going to be down to our serves. Both our first serves are fairly decent, but Elim is definitely more consistent on his first and second serve. Also, it would come down to how we return them. So I had a bit more issue returning his serves compared to mine, especially if he aimed it at my backhand. The match was really intense, had some really close rallies, but it would always end up finishing on a decisive winning point. During the earlier stages of the set, I was hitting all my shots and feeling quite confident, but as the set progressed, I could feel my focus slipping and I started to hit some stuff out. All the fatigue started accumulating, and in the final point of the first set, Elim went on a really sick serving spree and I just couldn't return anything. After taking a short break, I think it was time to shift gears slightly, so I decided I would approach the net a bit more to see if I could catch Elim off guard. The mix-up in strategy was exactly what I needed, and I started to lead the set 2-1. However, Elim was still really consistent and wasn't letting it up on the pedal, and he was still able to serve to my backhand fairly consistently, even at this stage. At this point, we were both overheating a little bit, and we kept hitting some shots out and trying to rush points a little bit too quickly. I started to slow down a little bit, and Elim managed to adjust to the rhythm of the game, and he evened it up 3-all. After catching up and tying the game, Elim started to amp up the pressure, and he started to win a lot of points. I still had some fight in me in the last couple points, but unfortunately it was a little bit too little too late, and I ended up losing the set 6-3.
Just finished. It was a tough match. My legs are dying. There were a couple of shots I could have made. Just need to put in the reps next time. But yeah, credits to Elim. He hit some really quick, really fast deep shots, and it really caught me off guard. Also can't really return his serves as well as he can with mine. So yeah, lost a couple of points here and there, but yeah, pretty happy. And I'll catch Elim. Let's go! And the next one. Oh my! Last but not least, happy birthday Elim. Thank you for organizing such a fun tournament. Thank you for growing alongside with me and being such an awesome friend. Keep being a good husband to Joe, and let's run the good race together. Hope you enjoyed this video.